Hello, this is Maggie Hernandez Knight, welcoming you to the Mariposa Rise Metamorphosis podcast. The format of this podcast is a Q&A, where I'll be sharing both client questions that have already been answered and listener-submitted questions sent to expand@mariposarise.com. So this episode's question is, why is helping other people change so hard? Well, first I need to paint the picture for you again. Does it typically look like this? There's someone in your life that you really love, but there are certain things about them that are extremely negative, and you're not the only one who sees it. You're trying to help them see the truth about themselves because that's what we're supposed to do for each other when we're friends or in a relationship, but they just don't listen. Instead, they fight you every step of the way, and depending how close you are, it can even lead to many more arguments, and no matter what you say or do, you can't get them to cooperate. And even worse, they flip things and they focus on your flaws because, yes, we all have them. And the issues at hand never get addressed. And as you probably already know, this can go on for weeks, months, and even years, and slowly increases the tension and the anger and the resentment to the point where it's just not even fun anymore. So you might wonder, what is the problem? You're only trying to help. And it may be true that you are just trying to help, but you may be going about it the wrong way. The thing is that you can't help someone who's in denial. There's no way around that. A person who is in denial cannot be helped. And typically, if they don't recognize that they even have a problem, then you have an even bigger problem because you keep trying to help them, but they don't see that they even have an issue that needs to be corrected. And so you just, go around this endless wheel, and you can never get off. So the second point is that you also can't help someone who has no desire to change. And based on the resistance, you may already know that they're in denial and that they don't want to change, and you're just trying to convince them that a change would be good for them, right? But that doesn't work either. The bottom line is that for all of your good intentions, and this will be hard to hear, but you're doing much more harm than any good, not even an ounce of good. Even though, yes, we think that we're helping because we want to help, but we're doing so much more damage. In order for a person to make a meaningful change in their life, they have to recognize the need for that change completely on their own. And they have to be willing to take the steps towards that change, or they will always be on the defensive. And then they're going to hate you for even trying, because nobody wants to feel like they are being forced to change. And it's not that they're being a jerk, it's that they will automatically go on defense, and I'm sure that you do it as well, when you feel that you're being attacked. And when we are trying to force someone to change because we're letting them know that their behavior is negative and that it's creating problems for them and for other people in their lives, they feel like they're being attacked. And The reason is that we're sending that message that says, you're not good enough. Therefore, I have to change you. And nobody feels good feeling that they're not good enough and that they need to be changed. So, you may be an exception to that rule. And I think that there are definitely partners in relationships that are exceptions to that rule. But those are the ones that had mutual growth and respect, and there's an understanding in their relationship, and that they can be teachers and helpers for each other. And if those kind of conditions exist, then that's fantastic. But if not, you simply have to back off. People need to be ready to make changes in their lives. And that means that it's on their own timetable, not yours. You see, for someone to make a change in their life, they have to be 100% ready. And when they are ready, you'll know, because they'll be looking for answers, and they may start making little changes on their own, and they may even go to you and ask you for your opinion and your assistance. But until then, you have to back off, because it cannot be forced. No matter what you think, you can do, that you may be very persuasive, it's just not going to happen. It cannot be forced. The best that you can do is be an example. Do everything you can do to inspire change in another person, but without any criticism whatsoever. And when you do speak, it needs to be done gently, without any kind of aggression, so that you can avoid any of the defensive backlash. And even with that, you for yourself need to have very clear boundaries and know your own limits, so that if someone else's behavior goes too far, then you'll know when you have to put the brakes on it. And the truth is, look, no one, not you or I, no one is perfect. And we shouldn't expect someone to do everything exactly the way we like it done, because we all need to feel like we can be who we are and be loved and respected for it, no matter. And we have to be willing to be selective in terms of what we can and can't live with in another person. And we then either have to accept them as they are, or we have to make an adjustment in ourselves, or we have to move on. So there are definitely some choices that need to be made. But again, we can never ever force someone to change, or it will absolutely backfire on you. So I hope that was clear, because that's all for now. Y hasta la próxima, mariposas.